Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of Don't Watch, Don't Pay. This is a new series I'm doing on my channel where I'm encouraging everybody out there to either not watch or not pay for bullshit fights that's holding up the sport, that's holding up the big fights, that's robbing the fans of their money. We need to take a stand and we need to stop supporting fights that don't make sense, that should not be happening, that are just robbing us of actual great fights. Boxing should be better than what it is. We should have top guys fighting top guys, not top guys fighting journeymen and people that's washed up and all this kind of stuff. That's not what the sport should be. That's not what it was in the old days. We had the best fighting the best, and they had it on free TV. So I'm gonna start doing this, and it'll either be don't watch or don't pay. Hell, it could be both. But I'm gonna tell you how I feel about these fights, and I'm gonna encourage any and everybody that's out there listening and watching to not support these, because the more you support them, the more garbage you're gonna get, and these fighters are gonna get overpaid for shitty fights. Okay. The first fight I want to talk about is Erislandy Lara against Yuri Foreman. Look, I am a big Erislandy Lara fan, to the point where he was number 3 on my pound for pound list. And when people see that, they be like, why you got Lara number 3? Why is he on your pound for pound? Some people don't even think he should be in the top 10. Look, Erislandy Lara is an undefeated fighter with 2 losses on his record. He did not lose to Paul Williams. We all know that was bullshit decision. And the Canelo fight, I'm sorry, Erislandy Lara won that fight. He did not lose that fight. He won that fight by several rounds. You know, that was a shitty decision. The Mexican judge gave Canelo, what, a 117, 111 scorecard? I don't think so. So, that was bullshit. Erislandy Lara is an undefeated fighter. He is a master in the ring. He is one of the best in the sport. When he is in the ring, he is the boss. That Cuban school style of him and Guillermo Rigondeaux, look, those guys hit, not get hit. They are the boss in the ring. Okay. Now, I said he was number 3 in my pound for pound, but after I heard that he was fighting Yuri Foreman, he dropped in my pound for pound. He is now number 4 in my pound for pound. I will drop your ass if you taking on shitty fights, shitty opponents. You know, it makes no sense. I will not support it. Okay, let's look at what he's done since he fought and beat Canelo. Okay, at the end of 2014, he fought Ishii Smith. Okay, I watched that fight live. That was one of the most masterful performances I ever saw. Whatever he wanted to happen in that fight happened in that fight. Wherever he wanted to be in the ring, that's where he was. Whenever he wanted to touch Ishii, he touched him. Whenever he wanted to stand in the pocket and let Ishii touch him, he let it happen. I mean, he was completely in control of that fight. Ishii was trying to talk shit and get in his head. It was not working, and it did not take long for Ishii to realize that he was in for a long night, and he quickly got discouraged. Okay, he was a master in the ring that night. Okay. Ishii Smith, not the greatest of opponents. I never ranked or rated him high, okay? But okay, he was coming off the Canelo fight. I'll give him that fight, okay? I'll give him that instead of jumping into a big time matchup, okay? So, who does he fight next? 6 months later, he fought Delvin Rodriguez. That was completely unacceptable. I think he had been inactive for probably years, probably since the Cotto fight. I don't know, but Lara was too good, and is too good to be fighting a Delvin Rodriguez. Okay, the Ishii Smith fight, I'll give you that in the comeback. Okay, Delvin Rodriguez, that was unacceptable, and not only was it unacceptable, but hell, he went a full 12 rounds with Delvin Rodriguez. He should have stopped Delvin Rodriguez. Delvin Rodriguez should have been out of there against Erislandy Lara. Okay, one of the best in the sport. And that was unacceptable. Okay? Now, who did he fight after that? He fought Jean Zavek. What? Come on, man. What's the name recognition in that? I heard that dude had been out for a while. He was like a lower weight division champ and all this. Man, come on, man. Another unacceptable fight. You know, and he got paid a shitload of money for that fight too. I forgot, like what, $800,000 or some shit for that fight. Lara got paid. Man, he getting paid truckloads of money for fighting, you know, shit fights. And I heard him say that boxing used to be his passion, but now it's just his job. I think the Canelo fight changed him, man. You know, instead of, you know, always wanting to fight the best and be the best, he just wants to get paid. You know, bullshit decision changed him, okay? And then he fought Vanes Martirosyan. Okay. Now I think he's too good for Martirosyan, but they had a score to settle. Okay, they had that crazy ending in the first fight. Okay, all right. So if I'll give him that. That's an acceptable one. Okay, not one that I'm high on because he won like I thought he would, but okay, you want that? I'll give you that, okay? So since the Canelo fight, he's had at least 2 unacceptable fights. Either way you look at it, okay? And now he is fighting Yuri Foreman, okay? Who last I saw him was losing to Cotto, okay? And that was back in 2010 that fight was, okay? I have not seen this guy ever since then, okay? After Cotto, he fought to Pacquiao Woloch. I mean, okay. Then after that, he went away for like 2 years. And the guys he fought since then, and he's been winning, okay, in 8-round fights, 6 and 8-round fights, okay. He fought a dude who was 12-8, 18-9, 14-9, 14-13, 9-9, 13-11. Lara fighting dudes that's fighting at that level, that competition. BoxRec, who is not the best in boxing rankings, by the way, but I'm just gonna use them because they got a big list, world rankings. They got this dude rated as the 118th best fighter in the division. It's super welterweight. What? When, in my opinion, Lara is the number 1 junior middleweight in the world. Now, BoxRec says Canelo is, but, no. I got Lara number 1 and Demetrius Andrade number 2. And everybody else is up under them, okay? He needs to be fighting. He needs to be making a fight with Demetrius Andrade. That's the fight we need to see. He's not going to fight the Charlos, okay? I understand that, okay? So I'll give him a pass on that. Them his boys, they train together, all this kind of stuff, okay? But he needs to be fighting the Demetrius Andrade. And then after that, he needs to go up to middleweight. And he needs to fight Triple G. Now, I heard that Lara wanted the record for defenses at junior middleweight. Okay, if that's one of your goals, okay, go for it. But you need to fight top competition, not the Yuri Foremans of the world. This fight is coming on with Spike TV. I am not watching that fight. Just like I did not watch the Danny Garcia fight. If a fight comes on free TV that is garbage, that is uneven in competition level, that should be better, I am not watching. Even if it's on free TV, I am not giving them the ratings. And I encourage anybody watching this video, do not give ratings to garbage fights, because if you do, they're gonna keep putting shitty fights on free TV, and we do not want shitty fights. We know what's gonna happen in this fight. It's gonna be a blowout. I don't know if he's gonna knock him out or not, because he didn't knock out Rodriguez, but it's gonna be a one-sided fight. Who is Yuri Foreman, who has no punching power, who his last significant fight was in 2010? I mean, come on, man. Lara, you better than this, man. Yeah, I rank and rate you high, but I cannot defend you at all on this. And I call it like it is, man. I'm gonna tell it like it is. Even if I have my favorites, I'm gonna tell you when something is right. I'm gonna tell you when it's right. If it's wrong, I'm gonna tell you when it's wrong. And this shit is wrong, man. You have had the 2 gimme fights after Canelo. You need to fight a big name. A big name. Alright. Now let's move on from him to another guy that I like. Manny Pacquiao. Okay. It was announced yesterday that officially he's gonna fight some young dude in Australia who we've never seen named Jeff Horn. Okay. Now, this is the third time officially, in my opinion, that he has avoided, ducked, and not faced Terrence Crawford. That big super fight is right there waiting for all of us to see. I made a video like a week ago talking about that fight. They said they want a $20 million guarantee. Why is that fight not happening? Isn't he gonna make the same $20 million fighting this young dude? Probably so. I mean, look, man, the Terrence Crawford fight is there. It should have happened already. Instead, he fought Tim Bradley for a third time when he, to most people, won all 3 fights. Come on, man, that was I did not pay for that fight. I did not pay for that fight. I did not watch that fight live because it was bullshit. It should not have happened a third time. Okay, and then he fought Jesse Vargas. Okay, he should have retired after the Tim Bradley fight because, in my opinion, Pacquiao is his volume has dropped significantly. His killer instinct is gone, and he's afraid to get in there and exchange. The Marquez fight ruined him. The Marquez fight, when he got knocked out, it ruined him. You know, he is not the same fighter ever since that fight. You know, no killer instinct, lower volume, and he's just afraid to pull the trigger down. That's a fact. He's afraid to let his hands go. He's afraid to get counter KO'd. You know. But, you know, he wants to stick around. And so who did he fight after that? He fought Jesse Vargas. I know Vargas had a belt, but come on, man. You know, Pacquiao is better than that. Another fight that I did not pay for. I'm not going to pay pay-per-view for bullshit fights. Okay? A fight that we know what the outcome is going to be. Pacquiao by decision. Okay? And Vargas was competitive in that fight. And in Pacquiao's prime, he would have smoked Jesse Vargas. Would have knocked him out. Okay? Alright, so what was next? Or what's next? He's fighting this dude, Jeff Horn. Okay? Who is Jeff Horn? A dude who is 16-0-1 with 11 KOs. He's ranked 13th in the world according to BoxRec, number 1 in Australia. Okay, the dude is 28 years old. The dude was like 7 years old when Pacquiao made his pro debut. So the experience level, I mean, when it comes to actual fights and age, time being in the sport, man, come on, man. It's not even close. Now, if this boy somehow, some way, I haven't seen him fight. If he's an action fighter, if he puts on the pressure, maybe he can attack a low volume Pacquiao and outthrow him and possibly knock him out. Maybe. You know, I'll give him Punch's chance. Depending on what the odds are, I might put a small wager on Horn because I think Pacquiao should retire. He's past his prime. He should not be fighting anymore. But if you're gonna stay in there, and if I can get big odds on Jeff Horn, I'll put a small, let me repeat, small wager on Jeff Horn, just in case the impossible or the unthinkable happens. Okay. But I mean, the guy, like I said, he's been fighting as a pro since 2013. You know, I mean, looks like the most impressive wins on his resume: 37-3, a guy he beat in a 6-round unanimous decision. 32-3 guy he beat in a 12-round unanimous decision. He beat a 14-0 guy, 19-2, 32-2 guy, 22-1. He beat a faded Randall Bailey, who was 46-8 at the time, or might have been 46-7. So those are like the biggest wins on his resume. And Ali Funica, you know, he beat him TKO in the 6th round, in the 10-round fight. That was his last fight, which was last month. Even if this fight is on free TV, do not watch this fight. Do not give ratings to this fight. I'm not gonna watch this fight. I heard that it might be on. They might try to get it on free TV. Hell, it might not even be a network to pick this up. Just like they didn't pick up the Vargas fight. Why would they pick up this fight? You know, I'm not watching this, man. I'm not. And pay-per-view, you can forget about it. You can if this fight on pay-per-view needs to be $10 to $20 at the most. You know, I mean, and I still will not pay. I'm not supporting bullshit garbage fights, man. Manny Pacquiao should be fighting Terrence Crawford. No excuse. You know, when Pacquiao needs to get to the next level, Oscar De La Hoya fought him in what ended up being his retirement fight. When Oscar got smoked, he didn't have it anymore. You know, if you're not gonna fight the best, get out. You know, Freddie Roach was running down Kell Brook saying that he wasn't that good before he fought Triple G. Hell, unify with Kell Brook. Go ahead and get it done. If you think Kell is garbage, hell, he just had his orbital socket, busted up. Hell, fight him. Unify. You know, make that fight if you think he's an easy fight. Shoot, fight Crawford, man. You know, but if you guys not gonna fight the best, man, you know, get out. Get out. You know, I'm not supporting garbage fights, man. And that's the purpose of this video. You know, if you think a fight should not be happening, it's not worth our time, do not support it. I encourage you. Because the more we watch these fights, the more we pay for these fights, the more we're going to get these type of fights. And we do not need these fights, man. We need better in boxing. Boxing could be so much better, you know. So this is the first episode. Next time it's a garbage fight on the horizon, something that's unacceptable, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it out there. And I'm going to encourage you guys to not support it, man. You know, we need better. We deserve better. Thanks for watching.